Hey everyone, welcome back to Wealth Wave. I'm your host, and today we've got some massive news that's got everyone buzzing. If you've been hearing whispers about that $2,000 check promised by President Trump and wondering if it's for real, stick around because I've dug deep into the details. The government shutdown has finally wrapped up. The White House has backed the tariff dividend plan, but let's be honest, there's a ton of mixed signals out there. Is this for every American, or just those in the lower and middle income brackets? The info is all over the map, so I spent hours sifting through Trump's Truth Social updates, official White House statements, and the proposed American Worker Rebate Act to cut through the clutter. What I uncovered is equal parts thrilling and head-scratching. Let's unpack exactly what Trump signed, what the White House is saying, who might qualify, and when you could potentially see that cash hit your account. Before we jump in, a quick favor, smash that like button and hit subscribe if you're not already. It only takes a second, and it helps spread this vital info to more folks who need it. Alright, let's get into it. So, here's the scoop. President Trump just signed off on the amendment that ended what some are calling the longest government shutdown in U.S. history. It was a big deal, and Trump emphasized how millions of Americans have been hurting through it. But the real excitement? Trump's now locked in on rolling out what he's dubbed a tariff dividend to everyday people. This isn't taxpayer-funded cash. Per the plan, it's drawn from tariffs on imported goods flooding into the country. In Trump's own words, they're set to hand out a dividend of about $2,000 to middle and lower income folks, with the leftover tariff funds going towards slashing the national debt. He framed it as a matter of national security. Cool, right? But hold on, things get murky fast, and I need you to focus because even the official lines are conflicting. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt stated, and I'm quoting directly, President Trump remains committed to sending each American a $2,000 dividend check. Key phrase, each American. Not just low-income or middle-income everyone. But flip over to Trump's Truth Social, and he specifies it's for low and middle-income U.S. citizens, excluding high-income earners. Analysts are tossing around a cutoff at $100,000 or less annually. So, what's the deal? It's the $2,000 question, literally. My take? The White House is still ironing out the nuts and bolts. Leavitt admitted they're exploring execution options but didn't spill on specifics like eligibility. Sounds like the announcement raced ahead of the policy. Let me pull up Trump's exact post that kicked off the frenzy. He wrote that surplus funds from $2,000 payouts to low and middle income citizens via those big tariffs will go straight to paying down the national debt. In another spot, he said, a dividend of at least $2,000 a person, not including high-income people, will be paid to everyone. See the flip-flop? Everyone but not high-income folks. No wonder millions are confused. Based on my research, here's who I think is most likely to get this. If you're on Social Security, you're probably in. Seniors on those benefits usually fall under that $100,000 income cap. Same for SSI or SSDI recipients. Disability benefits put you squarely in the eligible zone. Veterans with VA benefits, whether disability comp, pensions, or survivor payouts, are repeatedly mentioned. Railroad retirement folks? You're grouped with Social Security recipients. And low to middle income workers under $100,000 a year? You're a strong candidate. Some experts speculate the threshold could drop to $75,000 for singles or $150,000 for couples, but nothing's confirmed. On the flip side, who might miss out? High-income earners. Trump explicitly said not including high-income people. If you're over $100,000, you could be out. Non-citizens? The wording is U.S. citizens, so green card holders and others likely don't qualify, though that might shift, and if you have outstanding tax debts or child support from past stimulus rounds, your check could get garnished or docked. Now, here's a twist not everyone's discussing. Trump tied this $2,000 payout to healthcare. He wants folks to use it for buying their own insurance and shopping around for plans. He railed against Obamacare madness and pushed for people to take charge of their healthcare like entrepreneurs. Big question: is this a one-off or an annual thing so people can cover premiums? The White House hasn't clarified, and that makes a huge difference: $2,000 once versus every year. While this tariff dividend drama unfolds, there's also Senator Josh Hawley's American Worker Rebate Act floating in Congress. It's a separate effort that could mean extra payouts for working Americans. The takeaway? Multiple ideas are brewing to get cash to struggling families. From tariff dividends to worker rebates, it's clear there's push for real financial help. Alright, actionable steps for you right now. Number 1, update your info with the IRS. If you've moved, switched banks, or had life changes, get that direct deposit sorted so payments can find you. 2, file your 2024 taxes, even if you think you don't need to. It keeps you in the loop for anything tied to tax data. 3, watch for scams. Scammers are already popping up, saying you need to apply or pay fees that's bogus. These will be automatic if they roll out. 4, push your reps for clarity. The White House needs to sort this eligibility mess. Drop a comment below if you back $2,000 checks and want straightforward answers. Your voice counts. 5, stay tuned here. I'll track this and update you, inject ICEEP, on details or dates. Let me level with you, this feels rushed. Trump hyped $2,000 checks, the White House echoed it, but the fine print isn't done. That means payments could be weeks or months off. Tariffs fund the general treasury, and doling out specific dividends needs congressional approval, which takes time. Hawley's act is a possible path, but it's not law yet. I'm not saying it's dead in the water, just be realistic on timing. But the silver lining? This conversation shows momentum for direct aid to working Americans. The shutdown's end means federal paychecks and services are back, bringing some stability. If Trump's serious, and the White House says he is, millions could get real breathing room. $2,000 won't fix everything, but it could cover bills, repairs, groceries, or just give you a break. I know this video's full of we don't know yet, and it's frustrating. I wish I had crystal clear answers on when and who, but I promised the truth, not fluff. Bottom line, Trump signed the shutdown ending amendment. The White House is committed to $2,000 payouts, but eligibility and timelines are still in flux. Stay informed, dodge scams, keep your IRS info current, and pressure your reps for progress. If this cleared up the hype versus reality for you, subscribe to Wealth Wave. I drop updates on stimulus checks, government perks, and financial aid multiple times a week. You deserve the straight scoop. Comment I support $2,000 checks if you want this pushed forward and clarity on who qualifies. Let's get loud so they know we're watching. Check my other videos on immediate help like emergency rent aid, utility support, and food programs. Don't wait for the $2,000 when relief's available now. You're not in this alone, we're navigating it together, and I'll keep you posted every step. Take care of yourself and your loved ones. See you next time.